What is up, you guys? It's your girl Yinsu from Upcomer, and this time we're bringing you 5 of the most horrendously one-sided stomps across all of esports. I'm talking about the kind of dominant blowouts that is almost too hard to watch. The kind of matches that leaves one team on top of the world and the other, well, a bit more than embarrassed. But hey, if you're looking to stomp in your ranked games, I would advise you to hit that subscribe button for a little extra luck. Honestly, this trick actually works. To kick us off at number 5, we have one of the fastest Dota 2 victories, well, ever. This stomp clocks in at just under 9 minutes, which is less than a quarter of the average game time for competitive professional Dota, according to thatdota.com.
They looked real good online during Starlighters group stages, but just didn't have it here in their first major LAN.
At the World Esports Championships in 2014, Evil Geniuses and Na'Vi both found themselves in the losers bracket early on in their respective runs.
Another elimination match. We're sending our first Western team home.
After EG took the first victory in the best of 3, Na'Vi needed to win back-to-back games to survive and continue.
Could be Na'Vi's last game of WEC. They trail 0-1 in the best of 3. They're in the lower bracket. And if they lose this one, they're going home.
Did they make the epic comeback? Was it a Cinderella story in the making? Well, not exactly. Just 4 minutes into the second game, the casters noted that it would be a quick one. They just didn't know how quick.
And Na'Vi, they might just lose this one in 20 minutes, Winter.
EG drafted an early push comb, and boy did they push. After a couple of kills here and there, they bought some items and made a death ball, careening down the mid lane, taking all turrets and heroes who stood in their path before GG came through.
FNG, I'm just look at the blast alone, nearly finishes him off. Then Havos gets caught in an ice path. He has time walk already, but he's just not using the time walk. Ends up dropping for that as well. Bankscore also drops, can't TP out. He's trying to TP to the fountain from his own tier 3 at 9 goddamn minutes. At GG, Na'Vi are out of WEC.
EG went on to win the entire tournament, losing only a single game in the next 4 series, and their final victory ending up as another quick banger.
I don't want to call GG before they're all dead, but it's GG, man. It's a triple kill for Arteezy, and there it is. Congratulations in 13 minutes.
But nothing was quite as wild as the 9-minute stomp against Na'Vi.
That was just perfect, Winter. Could have asked for a better run.
For number 4, we're taking you to the San Francisco Shock's record-setting victory over the Vancouver Titans back in July of 2020. The fastest match in Overwatch League history.
Are they about to take the record? It feels that way to me. It's very possible. That's what I'm thinking about now. I'm no longer thinking about the outcome of the match, ZP. I've got to admit, I'm thinking about world records right now.
At the time, the Shock were dominating the league with a record of 17 wins and only 2 losses. The Titans, on the other hand, were struggling with their identity, with only 4 wins to their name. It was always supposed to be one-sided, but the Shock decided to make it a spectacle.
This was a beatdown of legendary proportions.
They loaded into their first map, Busan, which was a kill of the hill type of map, winning the first round 100% to just 12%, and the second 100% to just 49%. Overall, they were in control for more than 3 times longer than their opposition.
It wasn't really close at any point, Jake.
In the second map, King's Road, the Shock started on defense and protected the control point so well that the Titans didn't even get a single tick on their capture meter.
They trigger overtime, but this is anything but ideal for Vancouver as they hope for a miracle, and nope, can't even stand the point.
Then, when they flipped to offense, the Shock captured the point in less than a minute.
And that's the map.
That's it. Yeah, well, that's it. That's a quick one. It's very fast.
In the final map, it was a rinse and repeat, but with a little added spice.
Chat, they heard your cries. Super is coming in on the Genji, and I don't know,
The
man.
Shock substituted out their new DPS player to put in a tank player in an off role.
This is BM. You cannot sugarcoat it. You can't, wave it away and go, there must be this deeper strategic initiative going on here by the Shock. It's like, no, there's none of that. This is the Shock just playing with their food right now.
And even still, the Titans never once got a point of control in the map.
Time is over. The Shock sweep, and woo, that was quick.
The whole match lasted only 19 minutes, less than half of the OWL median match length, which is around 50 minutes, and a whole 3 minutes faster than the second fastest match in OWL history. What the Shock did to the Titans will likely never be matched.
This might literally stand for years. You could do better if the opponent literally never capped the point on Koth and you instant capped on mid-fight. Like, it's possible to be better than this, but really not by much, frankly. Not by much.
Coming in at number 3, we have a fighting game goat, Sonic Fox, obliterating Perfect Legend in an exhibition match, winning 13-0 in a first to 10. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Perfect Legend, come on, man. Come on, dog. One game, please, bro.
And while exhibition matches are often referred to as friendlies, this one was nothing of the sort. For this SmackDown, we have to travel back to late 2015. And sure, we all know Sonic Fox as the best multi-fighter pro in 2021, but 6 years ago, they were still the new kid on the block. Strong, but still new. Shortly after Sonic won their first EVO, playing Mortal Kombat X, Perfect Legend started a little Twitter beef. PL seemed to think that Sonic only won because their character Katana got a buff. They had a little online feud and quickly set up an exhibition match to take place at Summer Jam 9. But before PL had even arrived, Sonic predicted the future.
What's more lit? The fact that I'm about to 10-0 this guy, or I'm about to make you all money.
And yes, Sonic was favored, but a 10-0 against PL, that was a strong statement.
This is gonna be a good one, folks.
Just before they started, the two players hugged, but they probably didn't mean it.
You know what? That was a hug, but I didn't feel the love there.
I did not feel any love.
I think that was just for the cameras.
The match started fairly even at first.
That was a pretty close first round. That was very important to establish on both sides.
But once Sonic got in their groove, it was all but over for PL.
Jesus. There's a bloodbath right now. Did we really learn anything?
No, we learned that Sonic Fox is still better than Perfect Legend. That's about all that we learned.
And of course, as Sonic Fox promised, they delivered the 10-0.
Yeah, so GG, guys.
After Sonic Fox won, they grabbed the mic for a little pop-off and some well-deserved trash talk.
And you had to run your mouth on Twitter saying you would body me. And I told you,
Oh my
I would 10-0 the shit out of you. Did I not say I would 10-0 you? Now, hold up. So, it's been about 4 years since I've played you in about 4 different games. I played you in DOA, I played you in MK9, I've been Justice, MKF.
Oh my god.
I've won in every single one, man. I've won in every single one, hold up. But not once did Carl get up and say, I got outplayed. And I always had to be a different excuse. So Carl, tell me, after this 10-0, what's the excuse for this?
But then, Perfect Legend gets himself in even more trouble. A whole other best of 5 was now staring him in the face.
I have never, ever said he was a bad player. I never said he sucked. I said his fundamentals were bad. I did say that.
Yeah.
What I did say
Perfect Legend.
is I would destroy
Please,
his Aaron Black.
Don't speak
As
anymore. You
saw,
just got
that character was
10-0'd.
not on
Any
track.
words that you say.
No, wait.
Oh, Big Eric trying to take the mic from Big Eric.
Hold up.
Uh-oh.
So do we got a 3-5 with the Aaron Black?
At the end of the day, Perfect Legend lost a first to 10, 13-0.
People are chanting 13-0 in the venue.
And that's not something many people can say.
That was supposed to be his round. We're going home. It's over.
All right.
It's over.
At At number 2, we have Astralis putting on a clinic against FaZe Clan at the semi-finals of IEM Beijing in 2019 in one of the most one-sided CSGO matches ever.
And what a dominating performance that is.
With an overall score of 32-2 over 2 maps, this series was an exercise in pure dominance for the Danes.
That's astonishing, Matt. Oh, this is looking very, very good for Astralis and scary if you're a FaZe fan. They're not getting anything done here at all. They're barely getting close to a bomb site at this stage.
Things started off badly on Dust 2, and it only got worse. Round after round, absolutely nothing went right for FaZe.
Nico is just having an absolute mare.
Yeah,
0, 2, and 8.
He's rattled.
I think they all are, to be fair. Cold Zero, we talked about them being the duo, playing off of each other potentially. 1 and 7. Rain, 1 and 7. Brocky, 2 and 7. Poor Olaf's going to be wondering where the rest of his team is.
Eventually, they found themselves staring down a 16-0 massacre and were forced to limp into map 2, phased and confused.
We'll see if anyone can step up at all, as Astralis are not slowing down at any point in this game whatsoever.
Unfortunately for FaZe, Nuke wasn't much better.
This is just abysmal now.
Astralis showed no mercy on their map pick, allowing just 2 rounds before putting Nico and company out of their misery and moving on to the finals of the tournament. So, how did this even happen?
They won in Denmark a week ago. They've looked solid in this event. They took down what is the #1 ranked team in EG to get here, and that was an excellent game. Today, they just were not on this stage.
This was a FaZe team that had just come off a win at Blast Pro Series Copenhagen, an event where they handedly beat Astralis.
And 16 rounds in a row for FaZe to bring down Astralis.
A FaZe team made up of 4 bona fide superstars in Nico, Rain, Cold Zero, and Olaf Meister, and a promising young talent in Brocky. Was it exhaustion from the previous event? Was it an IGL issue? Or was it just a bad day at the office? No matter how you rationalize it, this complete and total stomp was not the result anybody expected from 2 teams who were among the top 10 in the world at the time.
A statement performance there, Matt.
Rounding us out at number 1, we have the fastest ever international best of 5 series in League of Legends history, with G2 Esports taking out Team Liquid in the 2019 MSI finals. With G2 and Liquid taking down the LCK's SKT and LPL's Invictus Gaming in the semi-finals, the 2019 MSI bracket stage had already made history. Only the LPL and LCK had previously won MSI, meaning there would be a new region claiming the trophy no matter what.
This is historic to make it here, and beyond that to actually win.
But what seemed like a fun rivalry matchup between NA and EU ended in an absolute slaughter.
This is what peak League of Legends looks like!
G2 started the series off hot, winning the first game in under 25 minutes, with 22 kills to 2.
The hottest of starts here for the LEC representative in G2 Esports, with an absolutely smashing victory over TL here in Game 1.
Game 2 was a bit more even, but only when comparing it to the stomp that was Game 1. And for just a moment, Team Liquid did find a glimmer of hope.
This is a great situation for Team Liquid to find themselves in right now.
But then, at 22 minutes, this happened.
They win the fight. Now it's time for round 2. Jensen is low, cannot find the kill. It is Cap who says he can get the kill and sends him back to Lissandra. It's 3v3 now in this fight as the channel comes in. Look for the pull. G2 get kill number 3 and number 4. Doublelift is alone and he will die. The ace for G2.
Then again, 2 minutes later.
The reinforcements are in. A stopwatch burn and in goes Cannon trying to turn it around. 1 for 0, make it a 1 for 1. Splendor is now dead. Xmithy trying to stay alive with the kills. Just come through fast and furious. G2 win yet another team fight.
And then once again, 2 minutes after that. leaving G2 with another win.
Almost a stun, and Yanko's gonna burn the stopwatch. This could be the team fight. In they go as he's still slicing Maelstrom, and it is just that, slicing up Team Liquid. And suddenly it's one versus the world, and he cannot stop it. A clean ace, and even as fast as the last one. G2 looking at a sub 30-minute win, and they are a single game away from Europe's first ever MSI trophy. G2, the kings of Europe, about to be the kings of the world.
In Game 3, while TL was looking to stabilize and find a winning formula in the hopes of an epic reverse sweep, G2 was looking to set an international record.
The pressure is on Team Liquid. A lot of hopes rest on their shoulders.
And unfortunately for NA fans, it was G2 who would make their dreams a reality this time around. By just 5 minutes in, they had already killed Doublelift twice, and by 14 minutes, it was 10 kills to 3 and almost a 10k gold lead. By 18 minutes, a record was set, and the series was won.
And G2 will pull back. That's a big stun. That's a big engage. Oh my gosh, look at the fight. They look for kill number 4. This might be an ace inside of the base, inside of 18 minutes. The mid inhibitor will surely fall.
And G2 rip through the hearts of Team Liquid and North American fans as they secure themselves in the top of the world.
G2 Esports, the best team in the world. Your MSI 2019 champions. Europe is now top dog in League of Legends.
Well, Team Liquid versus G2 Esports being our number 1, I was there when it happened. It's definitely one of my fonder League of Legends memories. But the best part about being there is that I was also spending a lot of time with my now colleagues, then friends, Tyler and Parks. And they were both very convinced that Team Liquid was going to beat G2. I know. What were they drinking that day? You know, losing is not always nice, but when your team gets stomped like that, I was loving every second of it. Well, they weren't that many seconds because G2 just spanked them. The funny thing is that Parks wrote this script, and I'm reveling at the fact that he had to write a piece about his team getting stomped, knowing that we were both there, and he was really sad. It's all fun and jokes. I mean, how many times are you gonna confidently walk into a room and go, yeah, Team Liquid, they got this, they're gonna win?